Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to do a reading about what your divine masculine doesn't want you to know. So most of the time, some of you who do have communication, right? You don't necessarily, you might kind of know what's going on with your masculine, but they don't always tell you everything. For the people who don't have communication at all, you kind of feel what's going on with them, but again, you don't know 100%. Okay, so that's what today's reading is going to be about. What your divine masculine does not want you to know, but we're going to find out because we are some nosy little girls and boys. I kept that real PG. I'm just kidding. We're not nosy. I am actually super nosy, but it's totally fine because I deserve to know, and so do you. Right? So let's jump right in. I actually want to clarify with these, and I'll use these. All right, Spirit. What is divine masculine not telling their divine feminine? What is divine masculine not telling their divine feminine? We do have a new moon in Aquarius tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I think it's tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But the new moon in Aquarius is all about new beginnings, okay? And it's February tomorrow, so 2022. In the coming weeks, it's a big time that you might get major communication from your twin because it is 222, and this is the period of time where unions start to happen. So be aware of that. All right. What do the divine masculines not want their feminines to know right now? What do the divine masculines... Where are those little sneaky guys hiding? What do we got here? Well, that's not surprising. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We do have the Page of Cups here, which is communication, a message of love or an apology, reaching out. Okay. I just said lots of communication happening from now until probably the end of February. We do have the Seven of Pentacles, which is reevaluation, but it's also something taking a very long time. And if you've been on the journey for a very long time, this reading is for you, okay? We've got the Nine of Swords. So I hate when the Nine of Swords comes up. We've also got the Eight of Swords because the masculines get into this energy of mentally locking themselves into situations, karmic situations, whatever it is. It's really hard for them to move forward. So your masculine wants you to know they've been thinking about you non-stop. I mean, like a freaking loop. Okay, a loop of you non-stop and what they need to do to make this situation happen, right? Because it's not just, I need to leave this karmic situation. It's way more in-depth than that. And they, with this 9 and 8 of Swords, make it to where it's really, really in depth, right? Like it's too much. They think about it way too much. So they kind of talk themselves out of it. So your masculine wants you to know, or doesn't want you to know, they've been going back and forth on what to do because it's been such a long time. If you haven't spoken to your masculine for a while, they're very nervous that you won't even like them anymore. But if you do speak to your masculine and your masculine knows your twins and you guys kind of talk here and there, right? It's like every time they hear from you or they reach out to you or you guys have a conversation, they go back and forth about how do I move forward because they're so stuck in this mental imprisonment. We do have the Lovers. This deck, it does say twin flame connection, so not surprising. February is going to be a huge month of reunions happening. So they don't want you to know that you are constantly on their mind. Ace of Cups. They also haven't told you that they're trying to love themselves better, okay? They're trying to love themselves more, and they're also thinking about this love invitation. How do I come forward? How do I finally speak my truth with this Ace of Swords? Because they know the truth now, all right? They know the truth. They've been knowing the truth. It's just a matter of pushing that down with this 8 and 9 of Swords, right? They think about the truth so much, and then it turns into something totally different because they're thinking about it too much. We have the 5 of Cups here. So old wounds, right? A lot of things are coming up about childhood wounds and how they move forward. This 8 and 9 of Swords is like attached to this 5 of Cups, right? What I actually have never noticed about this deck is this little candle here. I've never seen that. I've had this deck for years. It's just a reminder that the masculines use your light, their flame here, right, as a light to move forward out of all of that pain. So keep doing what you're doing, Divine Feminine. Do not get, if you start feeling heavy emotions from them, do not get wrapped up in that. And then we've got the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Wands. So this is moving forward, right? This is definitely moving forward. Tranquility ahead. So in their mind space, with it being Swords, it's mental, right? So since they've been in this place of 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, constant thinking, anxiety, self-sabotaging, it's like they're finally with knowing this truth about how much they really do truly love you and that they are not going to be happy with anybody else as much as they would you. They're moving forward into calmer waters. They're moving forward into this place of knowing that they can be successful in this, because the Divine Masculines, for as long as I can remember, they have a lot of self-worth issues. I said as long as I can remember. I just mean always. They have a lot of self-worth issues. Since they have been loving themselves more, even if they haven't told you about it, it's like they do feel this new sense of hope, right? This new sense of hope where they're clear, their thinking is starting to clear. Their thinking is starting to be more positive in terms of your relationship. A lot of them have stayed in karmic situations for far too long when that karmic cycle has been over due to fear. With this 8 and 9 of Swords, right? What are people going to think of me? I'm going to be the bad guy. My karmic is actually really crazy, and who knows what they're going to do if I decide to leave. That is some situations. They're very scared of what the karmics will do, but now it's like they have this newfound hope. They know the truth. They want to follow their soul. They don't want to be in this place of constantly just worrying and thinking about you. They want to actually come towards you. And that's what they're not telling you. All right. What else are the masculines not telling their Divine Feminine? So a lot of them basically are a little recap, because I'm sure I rambled on there. They've been in this place of back and forth, but now they know the truth and they're just trying to tie up these loose ends, of still feeling very insecure within their decisions, okay? That was a lot shorter way of saying that. All right, what else do the Divine Masculines not want their feminines to know right now? We've got the King of Cups, the only card that came out, with the Tower. Okay, so this is going to mean one of two things, because I do have the 3 of Pentacles here and the 4 of Swords with healing. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. What's pushing them forward? This brand new opportunity. No coincidence that it's the new moon in Aquarius, okay, which is brand new beginnings. So a couple of things. Some of them could be going to court if they need to leave karmic situations. They're reaching out to friends or family or lawyers to kind of see where the situation is. They might not have told you that they're going to do this, but they are. And we've got the Tower and the King of Cups. So they're also not sharing their deep feelings for you. That's what the King of Cups is. They have all of these emotions. And if you notice in this card, these emotions are really, really heavy, right? Like it's this raging ocean. It's knocking on the rocks there because of this Tower, because of the divine intervention that's happening right now. because it is February, because all, Venus was just retrograde. That is the planet of love. Now it's no more. I do know that I don't remember what the planets are called because I'm not an astrologer, but the planet of the masculine and feminine, they're actually coming together and they're traveling together for a very long time this year, which is very rare. You'll have to look that up for yourself. But it's no coincidence that all of these towers are falling, that all of this truth is coming down, that the love that they feel for you is very, very heavy right now. And that nothing is working out. Nothing is working out in their lives in terms of their current relationships or whatever their karmic situation is. It could literally be anything. It's all breaking down. Okay. That's what this is. It's all breaking down. But also your masculine doesn't want you to know right now they miss you so much. They miss you so much. And the tower is just falling and falling and falling. And their emotions are just raging, right? Raging emotions. All right. What else? What else? Okay. So we've got the girl with the snake and the snake right here and addiction, which is all about codependency. It's all about having blocks and restraints caused by karmic partners and karmic cycles and not, healing those things to move forward. So the karmic's definitely here. I didn't really want to talk about the karmic today, but it is what it is, right? We do have lightning, which is sudden change. It is shocking news. It's this huge transformation, right? So it's like the masculines have been in this place of they don't want to talk. They want to avoid the situation. They just want to kind of, go back into the matrix. Sometimes I do that and I'm like, you know what? Forget this. I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to forget it ever happened. But it only lasts for about 5 minutes because you can't just forget, right? So that happens with the masculines often. They try to forget about the twin flame journey, especially if they don't know what it's called. It's like they know that it's you. They just don't know why it keeps happening. They are really trying to get in this place of figuring out what that actually means. For the masculines who know that they are a twin flame, they know about the journey. They know the concept of the journey. And just because you know doesn't mean you have the courage to, move forward and really, really leave karmic cycles, because it's very hard. It's very scary and they've been avoiding it. I just have no other way to put it. They have been avoiding it 100%, avoiding leaving the karmics, avoiding doing anything about their, codependency or the self-worthiness that they don't feel for themselves. But like I said earlier with this Ace of Cups, they are starting to love themselves. They are trying so hard to choose themselves, which is why we have healthy choices here. It's like this tower is falling. Their emotions are out of control. They try to reel them in, right? It turns into this 8 and 9 of swords. And it's like, why am I making myself think this way, right? Because it really is their own thoughts. They're not their thoughts. They're not their emotions. They can observe those things and live from a soul space, but they don't realize they're doing it until it's too late. And then they're like, okay, I need to make healthier choices. I need to stand up for myself. I need to take better care of myself. I deserve to be happy too, right? You got the clock here. Need time, takes time, cycles, time to heal, progress. It is progress moving forward. Even if it doesn't seem like your masculine is doing anything, if they're, doing absolutely nothing, that's not true. They are doing things that you have no idea about, especially in their mind space, which is very, very important, because the mind space, your mind is your own worst enemy if you allow it to be, okay? Your mind will play tricks on you. The ego will come out and say, nope, you don't deserve this. Nope, you're not good enough. Nope, this is the best you can do. This person over here who is so controlling and their mood swings. It's like they don't understand what's going on most of the time. We do have I like you. This is just them starting to really appreciate themselves and like themselves and understand that they are allowed to fall in love, that they want affection, that they want to give affection, that they want that unconditionally loving and divine, pure love, right? And they only get that with one person, which is you. We do have abundance. So they're thinking a lot about their abundance and how your situation could be so abundant. The thing that the masculines don't know is once you live from your soul space and you're really, really loving yourself, right? Making the best choices for yourself, not caring about what other people say. Obviously, you don't want to hurt people in a malicious way, but choosing the best thing for yourself, you're going to have so much abundance. They don't understand that because they just think too fucking much. And your masculine wants you to know, well, doesn't want you to know. They're planning on talking to you very, very soon. So some of you are going to be getting that awaited message, that text, that call, that email. You're going to run into each other and you will have a conversation and you will see how much your masculine has grown. You will also be able to feel these raging emotions that they have right now, how much they miss you, how much they have changed, how much their mind space has gotten better, how much more positive they are. And you'll be able to feel that love coming from them. Okay. So that's about to happen. All right. So we're at 17 minutes. So I'm just going to do some messages from the masculine. My divine masculine did write these cards. So these are real 3D messages. So let's find out where their mind space is right now. If you guys want to purchase these, they are only $47. Send me an email. My website is not finished yet, but it is going to be soon. All right, divine masculines, what do you want to say? All right. Number 7. Everybody asks me, why are there all these 7s on my cards? This is why. When you see the number 7, it is me telling you everything will be okay. It's this unspoken understanding that I've got you and you've got me. It's a silent reminder that we will always love each other and we are always together. So when you see the number 7, not only is 777 being connected to source, okay, it's also your divine masculine saying, look, everything's going to be fine. Have faith. We're already together. Stop worrying about it. On the bottom of the deck here, I've got, I don't want to hurt anyone. And that is their main issue, right? What have I been talking about this whole reading? About their own wounds and about their mind space, of how their mind space can get very toxic and they feel very unworthy of love because their mind space is so negative. The way that they talk to themselves is not good and it doesn't show self-love. They are changing that. It takes a while to change your own thought process, but they're starting to, yes, they still don't want to hurt anybody, but they're starting to understand that their feelings need to be validated. They deserve to be loved too. So if the person that they are with is not really loving them and they're not happy and they've been trying for so long to make it work, blah, 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 they're like, why do I keep putting myself in this same situation just because I'm scared of what other people will say, right? And they don't want to hurt that person. But they're starting to get a lot of clarity on even if that person gets hurt, right? It's for their own journey, right? What they need to learn in this life to have them be their best selves, right? You're the strongest person I know. So your divine masculine wants you to know you are the strongest person that they know. Sometimes I just need space. This gets to be too much to handle. So when they kind of step out of your zone, right? If you just talk to them and they kind of ghosted you and they just left, it's just because it gets very intense, okay? The toughest thing in the world is timing. So here we are with the time again, right? If you've been on this journey for a long, long time, it just hasn't been the right time. Now, I will also say, some of the masculines have made it not be the right time because the way that they think, and they haven't really worked hard to heal themselves because they didn't quite understand that they needed to do that. That's changing. I talk to you all the time in my head. I hope you can hear me. So if you ever just hear a random message from your masculine and you're like, what the fuck was that? It really most likely was your masculine. Okay. And then the last card, you are built into my soul. So your masculine wants you to know that they know that you are built into their soul. Okay. All right, guys, I love you. If you want a reading, send me an email. If you'd like to purchase my live 3D message deck, send me an email. Follow me on Instagram and join my Facebook group. Bye.